Here we are, just finished. Tom got him a nice elk out here at the draw hunt, and I pulled a few guts out of the carcass here, and I'm gonna try and make a gut bowstring. So I'll show you how to do that. All right, here's our nasty looking pile of elk guts. And I'm gonna start working them down a little bit, and then I'll get back with you. I got my nice blue gloves on, so they didn't. Of course, it was below freezing when I picked them up, but they don't smell horribly bad. I think I got the water running to help clean them. So anyway, I'll do a little separating and get back. Here I've got about half of it. I'm using the water hose and opening it up. I kind of had a rupture about halfway down, but that's fine. That's plenty long for one strand. So I'm gonna flush this pretty good. Then I'll go down where it ruptured, and I'll flush the bottom end out. Then what I'm gonna do is turn it inside down. I want to salt it to kind of make sure I'm preserving it before I go too much farther. Well, they're thinned out quite a bit now. I got them cleaned out. They're not totally clean yet. We're still flush them. What we're going to do now is we're going to thread them on. I've got just a little water form, just made out of a coat hanger. But we'll thread them on, and then we'll catch one end under these little legs, and then we'll turn it inside out. That's all we'll do. That way we can wash the inside real good, and then we'll salt them to keep them from deteriorating. Go ahead and string this last piece up and get it turned. Once you get him started, water on there pretty quick. Probably need to cut this one in half. This is pretty good size length. Get him started. There we go. Work that on down. Got them all turned inside out, and cleaned up. Now we're going to go ahead and soak them in salt water. Okay, we're going to just pick these up. Drop them in the salt water. Got quite a bit of salt in there. And we'll just add more salt once we get everything in the bucket. There we go. And we're just going to salt them super good. Put that one in there now. Put that one in. Then, just for good measure, sorry about that, we're just going to pour another one on there and leave that one just on top. And we're just going to let that soak for 3, 4, 5 days. And we'll come out and check on it, work on it some more. Alright, we've had the elk gut soaking in salt for a couple days. And what I want to do now is turn it back inside out again, where I can trim the part where the small intestine holds it on there. I'm going to trim that part off because one side's kind of smooth and one's got that ridge on it, and I want to trim that ridge off. But the salt should have it cured pretty good by now. But I'll get in here and find one end and start stringing it again. Here we go. We'll do the same thing just like we did initially. Alright, we've got it turned back in the normal side. What I was wanting to show you is what we're trying to do here. So I can get this in the right. But this is the part of the gut that we're wanting, this little darker stuff. And this is the membrane that holds the small intestine in place. And what we want to do is we want to take this side off, and what we're going to do, we're going to run it back on the stringer here in a little bit. And then we'll stretch it, and then we'll just cut this side of the intestine off, and all we have left is just the gut, the main part we want. But I'll go ahead and finish. I've got 2 more smaller pieces. I'll turn that and we'll go to the next step. Now I'm going to string the small intestine. I got just a piece of 4x4 that I've drove this little loop into, and I'm just going to feed this on here. I'm going to line this one side up that has the membrane on it, and then I'm just going to bring my knife along here to trim that part off.